You meet that babe outside who is ready to give you. Yeah.
Babe, I want to see the babe, see package. I will even describe. I'll do the hand, the thing, you know.
Why are you chasing after the steering babe? What happened?
You can cheat. Don't let me catch you. Why will you? Don't be so stupid.
I want to enter Jerusalem, but Jerusalem not there available. We can't enter Jericho.
It's the season 2 premiere of the E.B.U.N Show. Let's talk about why men cheat. Yes, you heard me right. Why do men cheat? Shout out to all the cheating people of the world. Una do like Tuale. I greet them now. God is watching you in 4D. And in case you're wondering if you're part of them, cheats, or should we call them cheaters, are people who betray their partner's trust and break the promise of maintaining not just sexual but emotional exclusivity with them. Being cheated on by someone you love quite dearly can be devastating. Oh, I know, like, because I've been there. You begin to second guess yourself. You ask, the first thing that actually comes to your mind is, why did this happen? What went wrong? Like, am I not doing enough? Am I not pretty? Am I not wanted by men? This question we're seeking answers to on this episode, and many more, like, can a woman tame a man? So in this episode, we decided to hit the streets to talk to both men and women on why they think men cheat. You're going to love this. I found it quite interesting how men reacted to the question. While women just went ahead to answer the question, this was how men reacted to why their gender cheats.
The question is like you are putting me on a hot spot. Wow. Why do men cheat? Why do men cheat? Interesting.
Can we change the question? No. This is a setup. This is a setup.
Men cheat because they could be greedy. That means they have not reconfigured their taste to the spouse they have. Men could also cheat because of their ego. Some men feel that the number of women they conquer defines their ego. Right, so that's one. Then some also just because of lack of discipline, which you might want to relate to the initial point I made about greed. Some just can't see anything that has a shape move by. Their whole senses get disrupted.
But there are a mixture of so many things. It can be from emotional neglect. It could be from lack of desires being fulfilled. It could be of lack of reciprocated attention from their significant other. It could also be a function of boredom in some cases. So I think it's a function of so many things. I think the word is stray. I think if they cheat, they might not want to come back. But I think stray is the word of people who go and come back. Not that I'm advocating for it. I know it's, but it's just understanding the mindset behind it. A lot of people feel abandoned,
But basically, I think that cheating is pretty much a decision, as it is. Yeah, it's a decision for the most part. Think about it, right? For you to cheat with someone, right? The thought comes. Now you could have quelled it at that point, but you start chatting with someone. The chat goes on for days and all that. These are stages where you could have stopped it, but then it keeps going, you don't stop it, then you guys plan a hookup. Let's say you are discussing the hookup today, you probably want to see the person next week. You have a whole week to rethink and, you know, let it go. You didn't stop it then you have to drive from wherever you are to where the person is. That driving, the period when you're driving, you still have time to rethink. So basically, like, you have several points where you can actually have a rethink, but then you don't because you've decided to actually go through with it. Even if you are going to sleep with a prostitute, right? The prostitute does not live in your house. You still have to go to where she is. So you have several points where you could have, you know, there are many times you want to do something, but you're like, nah, I don't think I should do this, and then you change your mind. So if you're not changing your mind and you go through with the thought, I mean, there are several thoughts we have that we don't act on, right? I mean, your boss offends in the office and you feel like, but you don't because, you know, you don't.
So men loves the newest thing around. so for instance, for somebody like me, I don't cheat.
If you cheat, girl, will you tell us?
So I would say, okay, I'm giving an example. So let's say men love gadgets. So for instance, men love the latest car, the latest. For somebody like me, I love gadgets. You know, men love the latest car, the latest TV set, and all that. So with that programmed into men, so they tend to, they see a lady that passes by and say, wow, this babe they package and all that, you know, so I would say men are moved by the newest thing, and you know, they are moved by sight. Well, thank God for God, right? Thank God for God that you know, every man has that aorta of, you know, cheat. Even we Christians, you know, we still see babes and be like, you know, at times we drive and see babes and say, almost see babe in package like that, you know. But you know, I tell my wife, babe, almost see the babe, see package. I will even describe, I'll do the hand, the thing, you know.
But some are never satisfied with what they have. So some are just never satisfied with what they have. I think that is why some men cheat. And some men choose some people for a particular reason. Some men choose what they think they need. But in natural sense, they want more. So I think that's the reason why some of them cheat.
Okay, I think men cheat because of what they are hungry for. What they're hungry for per time. You know, sometimes they want it to be spicy. Like, I'm not too much of a pastor. I would say, why would Isaac request for venison when he has so many cattle, you know? So I think the basic reason why men cheat is because they are hungry for some certain thing. And if you don't give them that, I'm sorry, they might go find it.
So they love variety.
They love variety.
For different reasons though. But actually, I cannot particularly fathom why, because some guys, even when they have everything they think they need, yeah, they still go about cheating. So really, we don't have a reason why they cheat.
Will I say, I don't know, they just cheat because they want to cheat. There is no particular reason for any man to cheat.
I think every human being is adventurous, both male and female. I don't think it's gender specific. I think the reason why it is more predominant with men because men are lousy in their conquest or in their explanation. I think women do as much as men, but would rather die and go with it to their grave. I think another thing is men and women find fulfillment in different things. So a woman can have a child and be fulfilled with having a child, while a man doesn't feel fulfillment by having a child. So I think it's just different. I think men and women have the same equal number. Of course, if you ask a question, the question is, are men cheating with men or are men straying with men?
That's deep. Valid point.
Men are also straying with women or having those with women. And those women will obviously know this person is married. So it's not a function of gender. It's not a function of male or female. I think it's a mixture of both parties.
There's no how I can remove my faith from what I believe. I believe that in the carnal setting of man always wants to hunt, right? But I also believe that a man that understands there's a definition to purpose in life, we realize that with every freedom, there has to be a sense of control and discipline, and with that, it's not compulsory. All those definitions body not be wood. The truth is that wood doesn't have a soul. Wood doesn't have a spirit. So I don't believe it's the must. I just believe it's the untamed and undisciplined nature of man that makes men to think that every man must cheat.
I disagree 150%. I disagree with that. It's not right.
What be your reason?
Reason brekete for grand now. Why you go tell me say na from your generational thing?
Whether I inherit them?
No, it can't be inherited. How many wife Adam married? Bikun?
Whether in lineage na Solomon?
No, you know Solomon paid for it because if not the right thing to do, Solomon for no pay for him. You understand? So because Solomon pay for him and people will overdo that kind of thing, they end up paying for it. So I don't see any reason why any man should cheat at all.
People say so, but I don't think that it is inherent in the sense that if you want it to happen, it will happen. If you are determined not to make it happen, it won't happen. Yeah, but you know this African mentality, like you cannot just take one pineapple. You have to take this and that and that. It doesn't particularly make sense to me though. But it is what it is. I don't know. It's everywhere though. But I don't know. I don't think it is nature. I just feel that it is what they want to do, and because you know society supports yeah, like obìnrin ò lè ṣe, tóbìnrin bá ṣe, she's a but ọkùnrin bá ṣe is a superstar. It's like the prize. And really, yeah, I don't know.
Psychologically speaking, most men do not engage in cheating with the same intention as women do. Matter of fact, as a rule, we are being told that men do not cheat because they are unhappy in their relationships. And just like Tolu said, men sometimes just do it. Let me say some men, not all men. Some men engage in cheating because they can get away with it and because they know that the society will cut them some slack. Now, here is my thinking. If men begin to think that women are just as adventurous as they are and even equally susceptible to cheating as they are, maybe we'll begin to recalibrate the way we think and the kind of liberty we think we enjoy.
Well, I don't believe. See, there's no woman that can tame a man. There's no woman that can tame a man. If a man wants to cheat, a man will cheat, even under your roof. If a man, we hear stories now of how husbands are sleeping with their housemaid and the wife is not in the know or something. So, well, there's no how. I don't think there's any way.
Taming his man, I don't think. Is there a man that wants to cheat will cheat, no matter how you tame him. Forget about that. You don't need to do all those taming. Taming won't work. It depends on the man. If he's a greedy man, if he's always wanting more, if he's never satisfied with what he has, he will cheat, no matter how much you try to tame. If you think you are taming the man, the truth is that he's cheating and you don't know. It's as simple as that.
Well, a woman cannot give all the variety a man wants, but there's no harm in trying. I believe that if she tried to meet the demand per time, I think the man might end up being satisfied. Even making the effort alone will make the man happy, but not doing anything at all, man. You're going to lose him. Amen? And you meet that babe outside who is ready to give him. Yeah!
Anita, what are you talking about? I don't get it.
The Chinese style, you know what I'm saying.
A woman might not be able to stop a man. It's a function of if the guy wants to stop cheating himself. So he has to be, you know, from the guy, he has to be very much determined, like, I don't see everything I want to see. There's nothing I want to do. Like, you understand? See, there are some guys that they just will cheat. Even when their wife is all, like, everything a guy wants. See, yeah, I don't know a speck of a guy, because you see a guy running after a slim lady, and then she has a very, very curvy person in the house. So I'm like, why are you, like, if you want a curvy person and you have the curvy person, like, Kilo Shele, why are you with it? Why are you chasing after the what happened? Like, do you understand?
Left to me, I think experience is always tame people. No, I mean, if you are being told to do something and you are not doing it, they are telling you, this thing you are doing, this is what will happen, you still don't listen. When that bad thing that they are warning you against happens, it always teaches you that. So I think, in fact, experiences are better ways of taming people than...
I would say no, because a man that will cheat. No matter how, you can only try our best as women, you know, give them good food, take care of them, be humble, show them respect. Then what about the peer groups? The men's friend? What about what they see, what they hear? You know, you can't tame that part. So it is their own decision. It should be their own personal decision. Say, me, I no go cheat.
If you say wife, I think yes, a wife can tame a husband. Because as you bond, you will understand the nature of your husband. Even sometimes when you're tired and your husband is horny, I'm going to use that word, I think you know that how this guy is misbehaving. Or maybe he has traveled for a trip, 3, 4, 5 days, 1 week, and he's back. And you know. So I think a wife can tame a husband. And
there are some emotions you cannot explain until it has happened to you. I think one of it is finding your significant other straying out of wedlock. You know, you can't tell. It's like you losing a loved one. Some might be, what have I done wrong? Some will be like anger. Some might be suicidal. So it depends on the person.
I am a very I'm a very forgiving person.
Aww.
And but you know, well, it depends on the context.
Oga, no context. You got your partner in the act, on the bed.
Wow. I will on bed with someone else. Wow. I don't know what to say, because you know there are some things that you cannot say until you are in that situation. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
In the act, for you, yes. I'm always saying something. If you are cheating, there is nothing wrong with it, as long as I don't catch you. You can cheat, don't let me catch you. Why will you? Don't be so stupid enough for me to. Why will you let me catch you? No, just let me catch you. No, I'm not supposed to catch you. That means you are foolish. I don't do foolish people.
Yes, even I don't do foolish people. Why would you let me catch you?
That's the end of it. Why will you let me catch you?
I think you can pardon your wife, especially if you love your spouse. But it's not something that you can just at the top of your fingers. But I think you can. I think one can pardon his spouse unless you don't love your spouse.
I think that I will, right? And I say this because all my life I've always, whenever I hear things like this, I'm always like, I think I will forgive. I think I will forgive. So it has kind of conditioned my mind towards forgiveness.
Aww.
But then I concede that I've not been in that situation, right? So this is just hypothetical. This is all just if it happens.
Well, if it's not a pattern, if I catch him in the act or if he's caught in the act, I think I might forgive him. But when it's continuous, it's time to run, because my life will be at stake, of course. So I think it's forgivable when it's, you can forgive it when it's once, but continuously run away for your life. If it happens more than 3 times, then it's the norm.
Maybe because we are already wired the way we are wired. I already have this mind. I'm not married yet, but I already have this mindset that if I catch my husband cheating, it won't be a reason for me to leave the marriage. Not domestic violence, or cheating. Yeah. I might want to talk about it, like, why Kilo Shele, like, do you get? And I just know that it won't be a reason why I'm going to leave the house. because some people will tell you that as much as Ocean shared toy, like, you know, the kids are not suffering and stuff, though it could be mentally traumatizing though, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's a, you know, reason to live. A pattern, and I keep catching him. I'm need deliverance now, because, or maybe I have to watch. I have to sit down and self-assess. Like, why is this guy cheating? I believe in communication, a mega deal. Like, if I can talk, like, let's sit and talk. Why kilo shele? Why are you cheating?
Really? Did they beat you in your sleep? Did they beat you in your sleep?
You get, but if I keep doing over and over again and then there's no results, then Subhana Rabika, that's it.
If I catch him, number one, I be human being now. My head go turn, my head go spin, I go vex, I go scatter everywhere. In fact, I go too crazy. But then I will come after I don't vex finish, because na normal thing to do. After I don't vex, I will come and say, guy, why you do this thing? If his reasons are okay, probably there was an area I've not been doing fine, so okay, I will change. But when it becomes constant, mbano, that one cannot be forgiven.
Like, how many times is constant?
You do the first one, you forgive her, you say na mistake. Maybe okay, maybe we say distance. You travel, you not there, and this thing they hungry and they torture am. You want enter Jerusalem, but Jerusalem not there available. You can't enter Jericho, you know that kind of thing. That one we can understand. But say you there with your Jerusalem for house, you can't go dey do am outside. You not even tell your partner, say, see, what you do what I not like. You can't carry your thing, your own Jerusalem, because they give Jericho outside. Mbano, if I catch am, heaven go kiss earth.
Yes, we have started with men in this season, asking the question, why do men cheat? We may talk about why women cheat later in the season. But did you notice something? When we asked if cheating is a pardonable offense, while men were not sure how they were going to react and showed a bit of hesitance, women went right ahead to say, unless it becomes a pattern, I'm ready to forgive. As we begin to bring this episode to an end, I leave you with this question. How many times does cheating become unpardonable? Blast up the comment section. Let me know what your comment is. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.